Unit 8A.1. What that means is Unit 8 is split into two different units. So we're going to have Unit 8A and Unit 8B. We used to just have Unit 8, and students did pretty poorly. Okay? So what we've done is this unit, half the unit, A, is dealing with exponents, and then the second half of the unit is dealing with logs. So if you understand exponents, you are going to understand logs much better. So make sure that you focus and ask questions. Okay, these say simplify. 5 to the 4th power. You're going to multiply it out. Exactly. If you don't know, that's 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. And when you multiply that, it equals 625. Remember, you can always go like 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 25, 5 times 5 is 25, and then multiply it through. Okay, now, are we allowed to have a negative exponent? No. How do I get rid of a negative exponent? Put it over 1, and it needs to change sides. Okay, so that means 3 to the second goes to the bottom, or to the denominator, and if nothing is left on the top, or the numerator, what is there? 1. Okay, and we simplify that, and we end up getting what? 1 over 9 is the correct answer. Anything to the 0 power is actually what? No. It's 1. Do you guys know why that is the case? Okay, for example, let's say that I had, this is just to explain why it's the 0 power, it is 1. Okay, if I had the problem x over x, what does that reduce to? 1. That reduces to 1. Do we all agree? Yeah. Okay, let me make this a little bigger here. Now, remember the exponent rule? Like, if it's dividing, you can subtract the exponents. So, if we use that and we go x to the 1 minus 1, what's 1 minus 1? 0. X to the 0. And we already know that this really reduces to what? 1. So, when they have something to the 0 power, it's like saying 9 divided by 9, which is really 1. Okay? All right. 1 to the 3rd power, what is that going to be? 1. You are correct. On 5, what am I going to do? What do you do with exponents? You distribute it to each term. So that means I'm going to have 1 squared over 6 squared. And what is 1 squared? 1. And what is 6 squared? So just make sure you take that to everything inside. Who remembers what you do if you just have a negative exponent right here and it's a fraction? You flip it. Because if you distribute it to each of these, right, you'd have 2 negatives and they'd have to change sides to make them positives. So instead of doing all that, if you have a fraction to a negative exponent, you just flip it. So we're going to have 3 over 1 to the positive 4, which is really just 3 to the 4th power, and when we multiply that out, what is it? 81 is correct. Okay, number 7 says write 16 using base 4. Exactly. So just to recap for those of you that don't remember, if I have something like this, x squared, x right there, that is my base, and 2 is your exponent or power. Okay? So if they want you to write 16 using base 4, they want 4 in this spot, and it's saying 4 to what power will make 16? 2. So that is my answer. So they're wanting 4 to be the base, and they're saying what exponent are you going to need in order to make it 16? So 4 to the 2nd is correct. Now they want you to write 16 using base 2. 2 to the 4th power equals 16. Okay, this is where it's a little bit confusing, but I'm going to hopefully explain it to you so it won't be too bad. So this first problem says, given the expression x to the n power, where x is greater than 1 and n is also greater than 1, which statement is true? The easiest thing to do is to pick numbers. Okay, so we need to pick a number that is greater than 1 for x. What is a number greater than 1 for x? 2. Okay, n is also greater than 1. So what number should we pick for n? 2 is fine, as long as it's greater than 1. And 2 squared is 4. Okay, so we have an example. So now, let's go through and read these. It says the value of x to n will equal 0. No. The value of x to n is greater than 0. Yeah, that could be true. So this one is not true. This one could be true, but we need to go through and check all of them. X to the n is less than 0. Nope, it's not negative. X to the n equals 1. No. So we know that B is the correct answer, and there's nothing else to decide there. Okay? So, example 10. I would like you to try to do this one on your own. So read the instructions, do what they say, and see if you can pick the correct answer. So I'm going to give you a minute here to try this. And if you have the answer, you can write it on your whiteboard, or I can also check. Good. Good. Yes. Perfect. All right, from those of you that I can see, it looks like everyone got it correct. So let's go through this. X is greater than 1. What's a value greater than 1? So this is our equation, so I'm putting 2 in for x. And it says n is 0, so I put 0 here. What is anything to the 0 power? 1. So, does it equal 0? No. Is it greater than 0?
No. Well, yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to circle that, but it might not be true. Is it less than 0? No. Does it equal 1?
Yeah.
Yes. So now we have 2 possible answers. So what you need to decide is which one is better. Which is the better answer? And D is correct. And what you might need to do sometimes is be like, okay, well, let's try another number. So what if I chose 3? 3 to the 0 also equals 1. So if we went through all the numbers, all of my answers will be 1. So therefore, although my answer is greater than 1, B is not a good choice. D is the better choice. Okay? All right, example 11.
If we were to, on a test, put B.
You would get it wrong because you are choosing the best answer, and the best answer is D. Although B is true.
That's what the question said. Which statement is true?
Okay, which one is best?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
there you go. All right, are we ready? Okay, 11. Let's see how you guys do. Try it on your own. It's the same thing. What you need to think about, though, who knows what number we could choose for x? What's a number between 0 and 1?
0.5.
0.5. I would normally write it as a fraction, so I would choose like 1/2. And I'm just going to be quiet, and you guys can... If you get the answers, you can show them to me on your whiteboards. Yes, no. I don't know. Yes. I haven't seen very many answers. Does anybody think they have the good answer? You could also do like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. Okay, good, 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 good. No. I don't know sign language, sorry. All right, so let's check this out. So a number between 0 and 1 we decided is 1/2. A number greater than 1 would be 2. Again, we're using this equation, okay? 2. So whenever you square a fraction, you have to square both pieces inside. So 1 squared is 1, and 2 squared is 4. Okay, so if we go through answers, y equals 0. Is that answer 0? No, that is not true. It's saying 0 is less than y is less than 1. So is y in between 0 and 1? Would you guys say that's true? Yeah, y is a fraction. It's between 0 and 1. So B is true. Y is less than 0. Is this some number negative? No. Y equals 1. So our answer is B. Those of you that didn't get it correct, do you see what you did wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Last one, number 12. No. Okay, go ahead and try it on your own. And give me your answers when you have them. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes, yes. Good. Good. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, so if I can have your attention back here, I do appreciate all the math talk going on. What is a value that is greater than 1 to put in this equation? 2. What is a value that's less than 1? I mean less than 0. Okay, we can do -2. Numbers that are less than 0 are negative. Okay, what happens when you have a negative exponent? And you have to change the side. Okay, so we end up with 2 to the second on the bottom. If nothing's on the top, there's a 1. What is 2 to the second? Okay, does that equal 0? No. Does it make a fraction?
Yes.
Yes. This is saying a number between 0 and 1. 1/4 is in between 0 and 1. Is the number less than 0? Is my answer negative? No. Does my answer equal 1? No. So B is the best answer. Any questions?